Hello and welcome to this edition of The Hill with April Ryan. We have a lot to talk about. A new water crisis is making headlines, this time in West Helena, Arkansas. It's not clear how long the predominantly black community of about 10,000 people have been dealing with water contamination issues. But it is clear the price tag for repairing the water system could be up to $10 million. Republican Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has sent water to the town, but not money, making the town take out a loan to fix the issue. Chris Jones, who lost to Huckabee Sanders in the last election, is criticizing the governor for not using the state's $1.2 billion surplus to help the people of that community.
We have over $1 billion in surplus, in budget surplus. 1.6 billion this year. It was, 1.6 billion last year, 1.2 billion this year. So there's surplus money. And instead of utilizing that money to fix the infrastructure in a town to help the people, she authorized the National Guard to bring in water. Okay, great. And she expedited them getting a loan in order to, $100,000 loan in order to
Instead of giving surplus money.
Exactly.
By the way, Jones is also criticizing Huckabee Sanders for her proposal to spend $1 billion to expand prisons in that state. Two grand juries could decide soon whether former President Donald John Trump will face charges in connection with efforts to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. The two panels were seated on Tuesday. Fulton County DA Fani Willis began investigating shortly after Trump was taped during a phone call asking Georgia's Secretary of State to, quote, find enough votes to overturn the election. Trump is already facing separate charges in Manhattan for falsifying business documents and in federal court over his handling of classified documents. The new voting cycle starts with South Carolina and the first primary election there happening in February 3rd to be exact, 2024. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden have traveled to the state recently. Who will the winner be of that state? South Carolina Congressman James Clyburn does not believe his friend Joe Biden will carry the state in the general election.
He did not carry South Carolina, and chances are he will not carry the next election. But he's going to get reelected, and he's going to be the president for all the people, irrespective of whether or not they voted for him.
Politics is personal, and people, particularly in Black America, vote their pocketbooks. And in a new study, half of the respondents said their economic picture looked good. However, the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies is focusing on the other half, those living below the poverty line, earning less than $30,000 a year. The Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies found Black America still has not felt the positive effects of the recovery of financial infusions during the COVID crisis.
One of the things that we found in our study was that people said that inflation was one of the things that was keeping them from meeting their financial goals. And so things like gas prices, right? Things like food prices are really hitting folks' pocketbooks. The other piece of that is that at the same time, Black folks were blamed basically for inflation because we were sending stipends, stipends to undeserving, so-called undeserving folks, right? I'll say again, the child tax credit advance payments, anything that was putting the money into the pockets of poorer Black folks was deemed as causing inflation.
And the Biden administration is looking to lower the cost of childcare, with 1.5 million families each month the focus of a new initiative. Part of the effort is to encourage states to streamline eligibility and enrollment processes to make it easier for families to receive childcare assistance faster and make program bureaucracy less likely to disrupt parent employment, training, and education and impede access to childcare. Vice President Kamala Harris said on a call with reporters, the childcare crisis accounts for the loss of $1.2 billion annually. And actor and former Harvard classmate of Barack Obama, Hill Harper, is planning a run for U.S. Senate in the state of Michigan.
Fighting for what you believe in is hard enough, but it's worth doing when you found something that makes your heart beat faster. And for me, it's you.
He's looking to fill the seat being left vacant by retiring Senator Debbie Stabenow. And that's it for The Hill with April Ryan. Until next time, peace.